No money from the federal government. President Trump is threatening to cut off funds to Nevada if the state goes forward with a mostly mail-in primary election. The president believes that it would create voter fraud. And 13 Action News reporter Jeremy Chen right now is live with a closer look at the president's claims and also what a local professor is saying about them. Jeremy.
Yeah, well, Todd, the term of voter fraud, something we've heard over the past few years. However, the professor I spoke with says voter fraud here in the United States, that's extremely rare.
President Trump is blasting Nevada for having a mail-in primary, threatening to withhold federal funding. He alleges in his tweet it would create a great voter fraud scenario.
I don't think it's great swing state politics to single out states and then say you're going to withhold federal aid to them.
UNLV public policy professor Robert Lang says voter fraud in the U.S. is rare. An Arizona State University journalism project documented cases of any alleged voter fraud from 2000 to 2012 and found about 2,000 cases in all elections across the country. With billions of votes cast during that time, that's a percentage of less than 1 in 1/1000th of a percent.
It's like a rounding error. It's ridiculously small. There's not a lot of motivation to cheat because, first off, your vote doesn't count for much. And if you do it illegally, you can get in a lot of trouble.
Barbara Sagafsky, the Republican Secretary of State, released a statement through her office saying in part, for over a century, Nevadans, including members of the military, citizens residing outside the state, voters in designated mailing precincts, and voters requesting absentee ballots have been voting by mail with no evidence of election fraud. All 17 counties have established processes and procedures in place for safe and secure mail-in voting. A Stanford University study last month also found the expansion of mail-in ballots led to a small and equal bump in votes for Republicans and Democrats, with a modest increase in turnout. Dr. Lang says mail-in voting is necessary in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and says it's a way to get the most people to vote.
That's something positive for democracy. You know, that's Democratic small d. That's not Republican or Democratic Party politics.
And the Republican National Committee is demanding an investigation into Nevada's primary. Now, as far as the question as to whether President Trump has the power to withhold federal funding, the UNLV professor says he does not. It would be unconstitutional because of the 10th Amendment. Jeremy Chen, 13 Action News.
Jeremy, thank you. And we are also hearing tonight from Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford directing his comments towards the president, saying, quote, "If you think you can withhold funds from the state and carry through on your threat, we'll see you in court."